My top, Tampa Bay, let's roll, it's game day, Rays on the diamond, bolts in the sky, Bucks on the goal line, Bulls ride or die, from the tailgate talk to the bright field glow, you know where to go, it's the JP Peterson Show.
All right, welcome into a Monday edition of the JP Peterson Show. Man, do we got a full stuffed show for you today, boys and girls. We don't have any guests, just me and IndyCar Tim chopping it up. But we got so much content here today to go over. We don't need any guests. So you got the experts right here. That's how this is going to work. That's right. It's all right here. Good morning to you, IndyCar Tim. How was your football weekend?
My football weekend was hot, JP. We set an all-time record here in DFW at 109 degrees official temperature yesterday. And I had 111 on my thing outside in my backyard. So,
see, I was hoping you were going to lead with Malik Davis is now the number 2 running back, or
yes.
Tampa Jesuit, something Tampa Bay oriented. I was teeing you up for that because I saw your great video that you did. Yeah. Of Malik Davis from Tampa Jesuit, Hillsborough County's all-time leading rusher, now becoming the number 2 running back for the vaunted Dallas Cowboys, former Gator.
Look,
so it's a big story.
Let me tell you about Malik Davis. Malik Davis has been on this roster for 3 years, and
right?
He's been widely overlooked.
I think so too.
I've been a Malik Davis fan since they signed him. I thought he was the better running back 2 years ago when they tried to bring Zeke back. We had Malik Davis here. And he was great. But for whatever reason, that offensive staff, Mike McCarthy, at the time was not a big believer in him. And they cut him twice. And nobody picked him up, and they had to re-sign him. Now he's showing the same stuff that he showed 3 years ago or 2 years ago, last offseason, and he's finally breaking through with Schottenheimer. And, we've got obviously Javonte Williams as our RB1. There's no question about that. He's great.
Right.
Part of what the Cowboys love about him is he can pick up blocks. He can read blitzes. That is the same thing Malik Davis can do. The guy can not only run the ball, he can keep Dak's butt off the turf, and that's what they like about him a lot. And I think he won the RB2 job here in Dallas.
Well, that's awesome because he deserves it. I think he's such a great young man. Good news for him. And do you love seeing stories like that play out in the NFL where you've been cut twice, you don't give up, keep coming back, and now he's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years in the league. And you get that much time, you get the pension, sets you up for life. It's a good deal. So we're very proud of that young man here at Tampa Bay. All right, we got so much to get to. Rays on the field this weekend, kind of a meh. Obviously, the off-the-field stuff, much more important. The stadium deal agreed to. The documents were put in late Friday afternoon. We put out a video on that whole deal. Sorry about the technical difficulties on Friday. We figured that out, by the way, so we're good to go. But there are things in the documents that are, probably news to a lot of people. So we'll get to some of those news. I'm going to kind of explain this deal a little bit later on in the show. In the second hour, we'll get down to a little bit more minutia. But I just want to say this overall. What the Rays have done in the last few weeks and months to get this over the line, history will see as a monumental effort on their part. They're going to be up to 62% of paying for this stadium. I'll just remind you that the Bucks paid $0 for theirs. The original Tropicana Field, the team paid $0 for theirs. So we'll just leave that where it is. And it's not only that. The financing of the stadium, all the things that, let me just tell you, had they 2 months ago decided when all this crap was going down, had they decided, you know what, this area, the politics of this area are just, and I'll specifically look at the city council. The politics of this area are maybe just too tough to navigate in a mayoral race right now, because clearly that got in the way of a lot of stuff. So history will look back on this deal and say, boy, thank God the Rays were able to get by that crazy city council and get this deal done. And thanks to Bill Carlson and Alan Clendenin, if I may say this, who will join us on Wednesday. his leadership from the chairman's chair, okay, and more important, if we want to rank things, maybe we shouldn't. I'll just say that was a huge part of getting this deal done. Alan Clendenin, the chair. Okay, Nia Young, hopefully is a yes vote. Louis Vieira, who we just talked about. You know, any one of these yes votes could be the swing vote, right? Any one of them could be, depending on how you look at it. So they're all important, all of them, and of course Bill Carlson's as well, all of them, very important. And the Rays stepped up in a big way, and I think in the end the city may be putting in $80 million total of this, which is laughable, which is absolutely laughable. But as I said, the Rays stepped up and got this done, and that's what's important. Listen, $80 million is not laughable in and of itself. I get it. It's a lot of money. But it's also, when they're going to get that back 10 times over, and just in taxes. So we won't get into the minutia of the deal too much now. We'll do that a little bit later on. But suffices to say that the Rays did a hell of a job, Ken Babby obviously in particular, getting this over the line. A tremendous job. And then also Major League Baseball. Rob Manfred was heavily involved in getting stuff done that would help the ownership group extend further and pay for more things. So I think that was a huge, huge part of this deal as well. Rob Manfred should be a king in the city and the region of Tampa Bay. And of course, number one on the entire list is Hillsborough County Chair Ken Hagan. Ken Hagan from 2010. You know, this is something, Timmy, about that time when the Rays started talking about a new stadium in Tampa. Well, a new stadium just in general in Tampa. I said there was this ironclad lease of Tropicana Field that nobody in Hillsborough County would challenge. Nobody. They were just too scared. They didn't want to get sued. Right? And so I challenged, somebody out there, some elected official needs to step up and challenge this lease because it's ironclad. They're not moving until 2027 unless there's a deal struck that will make St. Petersburg whole. But negotiations need to be done. This needs to be talked about out in the open. This needs to be explored because if not, we may end up losing this team or, God forbid, be it at Tropicana Field till 2027, 2020. Now it's going to be 2028. You know, back then we think there's no way we're going to be in this dump for another 18 years. Well, guess what? We ended up being. But the point is, Ken Hagan was the first politician with any nut whatsoever to step up and challenge peace. And started the entire dialogue. He put his political butt out in the wind and did it when nobody else had the balls to do it. And eventually, from that moment, became the point person for Tampa Bay being the city of Tampa being the spot. And that's where it eventually has come up. So I think as long as we're dealing out attaboys in this thing, in terms of the public side, it has to start with Ken Hagan. And we can go down the list of everybody else who has shown great leadership. Mayor Castor helping get this over the line, Alan Clendenin, Bill Carlson, Louis Vieira, Nia Young, all of them, and all the county commissioners that are voting for it as well. Hopefully, and I'm very confident, I know the Rays are confident that this deal, everything gets voted on Thursday morning. And by the way, I haven't finalized this yet, but the 90% plans are you Petermans, we're going to meet again at Hat Tricks, walk over to the seat, which we'll vote in the morning. So probably 9 o'clock we need to be at Hat Tricks, 9:30. We'll start the walkover. I think that's the timing. I may be wrong on that. Might be wrong on the timing, but a lot of you guys have been asking, are we showing up? Yes, we're showing up. We're showing up, and we're going to do the same thing we did a few months ago that really jump-started this effort from the public side, public comment side. I've been told that by Ken Babby, Alan Clendenin, and many people involved in this process that when the Petermans showed up at the city council meeting, it made a big difference. And so here we are showing up again, And so Timmy may have a late show on Thursday, but we're definitely going to have a late show on Thursday. So Thursday show is going to move to noon to 2. Okay. So we'll get a city vote. I'll be there to make public comment. Then we'll get back here, do the show. And then Friday we will have our regularly scheduled show, I believe, even though Friday they're going to vote at 9 o'clock. And I haven't asked Ken Hagan yet if he needs the public to be there. I don't think so. So we should probably have a regularly scheduled time at 10 o'clock. I've already talked to Ken Hagan. If this goes as planned, he will be joining us in the Friday broadcast as well to take a few victory laps. So that's the tentative schedule for this week. But you can almost book that with the votes the way they're going. So it looks good. The deal is, again, 62% on the private side, just in building the stadium. A total of $8 billion of private investment, 55 to 75. I'll predict it'll be well over $100 billion in economic impact. $3 to $6 billion coming back in property taxes, probably way more than that, because this deal is now they're going to be taxing the luxury boxes, they're going to be taxing the public property, the commercial property. That's subject to the new homeowners deal of property taxes, because commercial is not exempted in that. So there's going to be a crap ton of tax money coming back to the taxpayers. This is an incredible deal. The way it is structured, yes, the Rays are going to make money, and they're going to pump it back into the baseball team, just like the Braves did, and win 5-6 World Series for the next 35 years. Because finally, we're going to have the resources to compete with the big boys, with the brain trust and Neander and Cash that have been winning on a shoestring payroll. So what you have is kind of a Dodger situation where Andrew Friedman went from running the Rays to actually having a budget. Now, we're not going to have a $400 million budget, but hopefully there'll be a salary cap and a salary floor by then, and we'll be able to participate in a very real way on an even playing field. I mean, here are, the Rays are up. What are we up? 3 games in the 3 or 4 games in the East. Well, on this shoestring budget, which, by the way, at $120 million is the largest payroll we've ever had in this new ownership, okaying that as well. So I don't know. I guess there's still some opposition out there. There's still knuckleheads out there on social media. But if I'm an elected official, if I'm Wostall or Hertak or Guido Maniscalco, who hasn't said a word about anything to anybody, how do you vote no on this deal? Especially now from the city. How do you vote no? Like your investment in this is minimal, like minimal, and your return, and the damn thing's going to be right smack dab in the middle of your city, and you're going to vote no because you think it's going to get you reelected?
Shouldn't it be the opposite? If you vote no, you don't get elected? Like, that's...
Bro, this city council, I shouldn't say them as a whole because it's a minority. It's the 3. It's laughable. You got a dude that can't work a computer or a cell phone who's still sitting in that chair making these kind of decisions. I mean, we make jokes about it all the time, but someone should have replaced him. The governor should have stepped in. Somebody. Love Charlie to death, but man, it is well past your time. Well past your time. And for you to be so arrogant and then the way you're voting, I would want to give you some grace here, but at the arrogance that you are showing in this moment, when you can't even work a computer, is awe-inspiring in a bad way. But I don't want to get sidetracked by that because it's 99.9% positive. 99.9% positive. But listen, there will be a section in the documentary, Timmy, about one Charlie Miranda, and it will not make him look very good. I can tell you that. The editing will show what a buffoon you are in this moment. Life service, love the guy, long term. He's done a great stuff for the city of Tampa. Been a lifelong public servant. But this episode at the end of your career will not make you look good from a historical perspective. That's all there is to it. But anyway, the deal gets done on Thursday, and then Friday's vote from the county will be in the morning, as we reported on Friday. And hopefully all this will be put to bed, and we can get our new stadium. Then it gets really exciting. Start talking about the possibilities. All right. As far as the Rays on the field, we'll talk a little bit more about this later on in the show. But got great comeback win yesterday to get that. Again, these games with Baltimore, that game Saturday night, how they won that game, and Friday too. Both of those games they could have definitely gone the Rays' way. So we're not in panic situation. Team's fine. Like the way that McClanahan bounced back. And Nick Martinez, it's all good. I'm not worried about the Rays on the field at all, one bit. All right, let's get to the Buccaneers. Very interesting game on Saturday night, and it was absolutely horrific to watch in the first half. I mean, that was as bad a preseason game as I've seen. It was ugly. I was listening to Gruden and Rondé, and thank God they had some entertainment in the booth, because otherwise, wow, that would have been a tough watch. Enter the savior, Jalon Daniels, who played just magnificent football against a bunch of people who are not going to be in the NFL. I don't want to spoil the party, but we need to pump the brakes here on Jalon Daniels, big time. Whoa!
He should be starting in week 1 over Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's done here.
Ship
him back to Cleveland. They need a quarterback.
Dude, how many people are saying this on our social media? May you make us look like complete buffoons in this market. But Timmy, you made me feel better, because they're doing the same thing in Dallas with Joe Milton's performance, right?
Yeah, but the difference in Dallas is all the Dallas idiots got to see Joe Milton last year spare everybody to death and not be anything. And now all of a sudden, after a couple of halves of preseason football, they're ready to crown him king over Dak. I'm like, come on, you guys. Come on. Just chill.
This is so good. This is so good for the people of Tampa to hear, because you saw Joe Milton in a real football game, right?
Yes, we've seen him.
What did it look like?
Not good.
Not good. Not good,
man.
Okay, and then he comes in a preseason game against a bunch of truck drivers, and people are like, oh, look at that. Like, at least the people in Tampa haven't seen Jalon Daniels play crappy football in regular season and have that to judge by. So at least, I guess we get a little bit of grace. Some of you idiots out there, no wonder Jason Light didn't pay Baker. He knew what he had in Jalon. What are you talking about? What? Jeez. Oh, my God. I love Jalon Daniels, but pump the fucking brakes. My God. This is third and fourth quarter preseason football. It's not even UFL. Come on, people. What are we doing? Oh, Baker better be watching out. Baker, wow, look at this kid. Baker, I don't know about, we don't need to pay him. Come on, people. Laughable.
Are those the same people that also wanted to ship Rachaad White out of town last season because of Bucky Irving?
Yeah. I mean, come on now. Let's have a little perspective here. All right? This is not real NFL football that this kid is playing. Does he look great? Yes. Is he poised? Fantastic. Can he throw the ball? Yes. On the run? Incredible. All the tools. There's 1,000 of them. 1,000 kids can do that. All right? I don't want to diminish what he's done, but this is not real NFL football that he's working in here. All right? Now listen, what it shows you is this kid can be that. He's got the tools, and he's got a unreasonable amount of poise for this time of his career. I'm not here to diminish Jalon Daniels at all. I see a lot of promise in this kid. Incredible. But you got to pump the brakes. And especially for his benefit. Your expectations are through the roof. This kid is not ready to start an NFL game at all. And not even close. And you heard Gruden talking about he's taking a long time in the huddle, as he should. This is his second professional game. Completely different than what they do in college, as he said, where they point to play number 91. This is a totally different deal, boys and girls. So let's just calm down and enjoy the young man. And listen, this argument even goes towards the number 2 job. And we're going to play some sound here when I interviewed Jake Browning after the game. And he almost, what he wants to say is, you stupid people. I've been in the league for 6-7 years now. What is it, 6 years? I've started NFL and won NFL games. Jalon Daniels has not. He can't say that, but he wanted to say that. And he's 100% right. He's 1,000% right. If Jalon Daniels were to be the backup quarterback right now, he would drop a snap like he did on the goal line, and instead of being able to pick it up and run it for 3 yards against these jokes, in a real game, if he does that, he will be destroyed. And it will be the other team's ball, and he may be out of the game because he put his head in the pile and just got killed. So that's the difference. And some of those throws that he made would be interceptions, not completions. So just calm the F down. He is not ready for this. And he's not, in my opinion, look, is he a better quarterback than Jake Browning physically? Yes, of course he is. Of course he is. We could talk about the tools. Yes, Jake is not explosive. He doesn't have the arm. You know what he's got? He's got starting experience. And that's the number one quality that you want in a backup quarterback. All the other things are great, but that's not what you want in a backup quarterback. Okay? You got to develop that. Now, by midseason, if Jalon Daniels is in that second team and that scout team, and he's showing you that he can handle all this, and he's got the operation down, and you feel comfortable putting him in a game, and you want to elevate him up over Jake Browning, that's fine. I got no problem with that. But if you think in week 1, if Baker Mayfield goes down, that Jalon Daniels is going to come in there and run that offense and win games, that is fantasy world. That's fantasy world.
Dude, it is so crazy how similar things are in Tampa right now in the backup quarterback or the whole quarterback room as they are in Dallas, because we've got Joe Milton, who is your Jalon Daniels, right? He's a little older, we're the second team, right? He was drafted, of course, by the Patriots. But do you know who's right behind Joe Milton, or right there with Joe Milton as our second option as the backup quarterback? Sam Howell, who has started in this league, played for multiple teams, who is kind of proven as a backup. He beat the Cowboys in the regular season when he was in Washington.
That's right.
He is kind of your safe bet, right? Because he's got way more experience. His upside is not nearly what the upside is of Joe Milton. Joe Milton's got a huge arm. He's got a huge running game when he needs it. Hal has none of that other than experience. So the question is, do you want the high upside guy who's probably going to make more mistakes in the regular season and might cost you games? Right. Or do you want the guy that's proven who probably won't cost you games but also won't win you games?
Right.
But can drive the bus. So that's the same question we have here in Dallas. I'm personally on the side of you keep the safe guy, right?
Yeah.
But you don't want to let that other guy go because he might be your future. And then we're in the exact same spot here in Dallas. It's crazy.
But the only difference is Milton's been around the NFL a lot longer than Jalon Daniels has. He's actually started games.
And he's looked terrible.
Yeah, and he's looked terrible. But he looked in preseason, he looks great. So people should figure that part out. It's way different. This is not real NFL football in the third and fourth quarter of a preseason game. It's not even close. So just calm down. And again, he's a great young man. We love him. There's nothing bad about the kid. This is not anything. It really has nothing to do with Jalon Daniels. It has to do with the NFL and how hard it is to operate in this league. And it's so easy to get enamored with the shiny toy, especially one that's that shiny. Man, it looks so much fun. The kid is just fantastic. And I'm not saying he's never going to be a great quarterback, but now is not the time to force him to be the backup one snap away. No. You want to crush the kid's upward momentum. If you want him to be good, that's not the way you want him to go in. And the other part is it's situational. Look at this Buccaneers offense, okay? They got a great offensive line, a tremendous running game. with Bucky and this offensive line back and Zach Robinson, this is the 24 offense. We can predict that. Okay. So if Baker goes down, you don't need some kid to come in here and run around and make all these spectacular plays. What you need is a guy who's just going to check it down, be really, really safe, not hurt you, and you can go out with this, which I think is we're going to get to this. This defense is going to be really good, and you got an offensive line that can run the ball. You do not need, some freaking crazy kid coming off the bench making up. We just need you to make the real play, dump it down, execute the screens. Once in a while, maybe hit a 20-yard hitch in the middle of the field if you got to get it on third down. That's it. But we don't need his kids dropping snaps at the 1-yard line, getting smoked. That's what we don't need. We don't need somebody running around with the ball hanging out and it get knocked away, like any really good defensive end will do, causing turnovers. It's not what you need at this particular point. So as much as we love him, what the Bucs are now forced to do is carry 3 quarterbacks. What this tells me right now is the Bucs are now forced to carry 3 quarterbacks, which in most years, no big deal. In this year, with the depth that we have at defensive line, it's going to be hard to cut one of those guys. Whoever that 53rd, 52nd cut are going to be, and that you need that roster spot, you're going to be like, damn, we got to cut this guy. But that's football. It's a good problem to have. And listen, if for some reason Baker were to go down in the second half of the season, then I think Jalon might be an option at that point, but not right now. That's why you got to keep rounding around, at least for a little while longer till you get a little bit more information on Jalon. He might be Tom Brady. Who knows? We don't know. But he's got tools. There's no question about that.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, which we will get to that in a little bit as well. Good God. Oh, actually, that's breaking news, right, Timmy? Go ahead. Give them the breaking news.
Right as we were coming on the air, so JP and I were kind of talking off the air a little bit about the Deshaun Watson thing and, Shadur versus Deshaun, and I was like, you're kind of going to lose either way, but that's what Cleveland does. They Cleveland themselves.
Right.
Right as we were coming on the air, the news broke. Deshaun Watson has been named as the starting quarterback for Week 1 against Jacksonville for the Browns. After his comments.
Oh, my God. And if you haven't seen them, we're gonna play them for you. It's not because it doesn't do any justice to read them. You got to see him putting in the diamond earring as he's doing it. Like, I mean, this should just be, in the video dictionary, the Victionary. I just made that up, by the way.
Yeah, you did.
The Victionary. Somebody's going to make that deal, and maybe it already exists. Who knows? It's him, tone deaf. This is what tone deaf looks like and sounds like, folks. Play the video. I mean, unbelievable. We'll do that after the break. So,
okay. All right.
Anyway, so I got lots more on the Bucs preseason, but I think I had to get to that right off the top. And, there were so many good things that we saw in this game. And one of them, there's one really bad thing we saw defensively that we will get to as well. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, get to your comments. I see them coming in. Good stuff. Get to your comments. We'll get to the Deshaun Watson tape. We got more Rays to get to. I got sound from really, really good sound from the backup quarterbacks that you're going to want to watch that I got from Saturday night. So stick around. Lots more show coming your way. We're brought to you by the great folks at Pitch Roofing in our first hour. They've come up with the Pitch Portal. Okay, what basically this is, pitchroofing.com, is when you hire them to do the job, you 24/7, you have a portal, have your own private account that you can go online, go into your phone, and look at the exact things going on in the roof. Who your manager is, who's doing the work, how much work has been done, what the cost is going to be, insurance, everything that you would want to call up in the middle of the night and ask somebody, but there's nobody there to ask, will be available to you. And only Pitch Roofing has this. It's the Pitch Roofing portal. So check it out at pitchroofing.com. One of the many, many reasons you want to hire them to be a roofer. And by the way, just get a free estimate. Get on their preferred client list, so if something does happen, you don't have to go searching for a roofer. You know who you're going to hire. You call them immediately and you get in line. That's the way to do it. So pitchroofing.com is the website. Give them a call and tell them JP sent you. Back in 3.
Well, we know there are roofing scammers everywhere. So for ultimate transparency, my friends at Pitch Roofing built something called the Pitch Partner Portal. and it is live right now at partner.pitchroofing.com. See, when you roof with Pitch, you're not just a customer, you are a partner. Every partner gets a private account. You can see your entire project in one place, where it stands, your documents, photos, your balance, and your team. You want an answer at 11 o'clock at night? It's all right there. They also build a free roofing calculator in-house on that same site, so you can get an estimate. And unlike these other websites, you don't have to talk to anyone if you don't want to, and they do not sell your information to other companies. You are never turned into a lead. It all stays with Pitch. Now, right now, the portal is open to all of their Tampa Bay area partners, and Delray Beach, Orlando, the Villages are coming soon. So if you've been thinking about your roof, start at pitchroofing.com or call 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824. Transparency right in your pocket. That, folks, is roofing done right.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Spring means a time of renewal and Rays baseball, and the folks at Italiano Insurance want to welcome the Rays to Tampa and remind you it's time to renew those insurance policies with the now famous Italiano Insurance Checkup. Let the experienced and friendly agents shop your policy for the best price and coverage. Famous for saving me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year and over $500 on our homeowners. Now that's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Costs less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a big whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with the all-star agents at Italiano Insurance. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. Go Rays! Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch, and everything is handmade, and the wings are big, and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. From I do to I still do, the Golden Diamond Source is there for you at every special moment in your lives. Yes, I went shopping there for my engagement ring, and it's not actually family, but it sure feels like family with Julie and Steve Weintraub, great philanthropists here in the Tampa Bay area. They've been doing this business for over 40 years. Thousands of customers have bought that perfect ring at the Golden Diamond Source. No matter what your budget is, they will guide you through your first diamond purchase to upgrading your Golden Diamond Source diamond at 100% of its value for a bigger, better diamond. 100% of your diamond's value. You can't get that anywhere else. Enjoy their beautiful, relaxing bridal salon and select for the most extensive collection of diamond engagement rings anywhere. Wedding bands, anniversary rings, it's all there. Go see them at the Golden Diamond Source, 3800 Omerton Road, and please tell them JP sent you. Just over the bridge from Tampa Bay, it's the easiest place to shop for that perfect diamond. JP here for Genesis of Tampa, and as you know, I purchased a GV70, a 2023, about 3 months ago. Just had the service done, the valet service. They came here to the studio, picked up the car while I was doing the show, went and serviced it, brought it back like I never even knew it was gone. And if I needed it, they bring me a loaner as well. The service is absolutely incredible. The car, been driving it for a while, and I could not love it more. The performance, the luxury, the looks you get, it's pretty cool. It's a GV70. Right now, they have a lease starting at $329 for the GV70, at $369 for the bigger GV80. You've got to go test drive these cars, folks. I'm telling you, the value that you get for the money, it feels like the absolute top of the line, and it is, but it's a fraction of the cost. You got to go test drive them. Tell them JP sent you. 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275. You will not regret it. Genesis of Tampa.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Hopefully we have fixed the audio. What I did is I took the microphone off my shirt. It was connected to the shirt, so hopefully it sounds a little better. You guys can give us feedback on that. I know Timmy's trying to fix something as well. I think what we have is we have a technical issue with StreamYard, the company that does this. So
Possibly, yep.
Is it fixed yet?
I don't know. We won't know until it never shows up again.
Yeah. Did you hear it? Because I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I heard it.
You did?
It wasn't as bad as it was as on Friday. It wasn't nearly what it was on Friday.
Okay.
So
all right. As long as you guys can somewhat understand me, that's what we need. But all right. Well, so we're talking about the Deshaun Watson thing. Let's just get to that. Let's get to that video, Timmy. And this is after another crappy performance from him and a good performance from Shador, I thought, who played well. I thought for sure he was going to be the starter, but the Browns have named Deshaun Watson the starter. It may just be because if they cut him, he's $127 million cap charge, because they keep restructuring his deal and moving it down the line, which they just should have ate it years ago.
Yeah.
So they still have all this money out there, and I guess they can't cut him. So if you make him the backup, then he's just a problem, right? So at least maybe if you make him the starter, he won't do stupid shit like this. But I can't believe that after this press conference, as an organization, that how absolutely disrespectful this is to the fan base. You name him the starter. Let's roll it.
Man, I didn't have no reaction. I think the biggest thing is, I think you guys know too, and I think the whole world knows. It has nothing to do about the performance. It's a little bit personal than that. So I think it's a disrespectful thing. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep whatever I feel with me and my family internally on how I feel about that. And yeah, just move on.
But don't you think, Deshaun, that winning and playing better would eliminate some of that booing?
Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles. And that same fan base, they cheered when I got hurt. So does that have to do with, what does that have to do with anything about performance? When a person get hurt, especially for your own city, and they cheer.
Does any of that make you regret coming here?
No, I don't regret anything in my life.
He's got all those millions of reasons.
Situations for a reason, so
I don't regret anything in my life
at all. But I had different thoughts on how it was going to be, but it is what it is. Sometimes the tables turn, and I'm patient enough because I'm a child of God to wait for that time to change. So I'm not tripping on it.
So here's something very important, JP, in what he said. He said that same fan base. He didn't say our fans. He didn't throw himself in there with Cleveland saying, our fans, our team's fans. He said that fan base. He is already excluding himself from being part of the team.
Great point.
In what he's saying. To me, that's how I read into that.
No, it's a fantastic point. And everything about that says detached from reality, totally detached from this team as a whole. I mean, how do you even look at your teammates? With the salary cap money you're eating up, and you go out and say that this has nothing to do with the performance? Bro, had you come to Cleveland and lit it up and put them in the playoffs, you think they would have been booing you when you tore your Achilles? No, they would not have. If you took them to the playoffs, hell, Baker Mayfield did that, and they still ran him out of town. But you think if you would have come to Cleveland and brought them some playoff wins, that they would have been cheering when you were? No. It's all because of the performance, bro. Yeah, it has a lot to do with the 27 women that accused you of sexually molesting them. Yeah, it probably has something to do with that as well. And the 11-game suspension that you had to go through, that probably pissed them off a little bit as well. As you sit there in your blasé attitude, putting in your diamond earrings, having collected $240 million guaranteed for doing squadoosh. I ain't tripping on it, man. I don't regret anything I did. No regret anything? Like none of the hundreds of massages that weren't really, you don't regret any of that? Allegedly. You really? You don't regret any of that? Nah, man. I got my diamond earrings. I got 240 large in the bank. What do I care? I don't give a shit. I ain't tripping. I'm a child of God. Oh, love that part.
Yeah.
Love that part. Dude, I cannot imagine anyone being more tone deaf. And then you're going to slap your fan base in the face by naming that guy your starting quarterback. Good God.
So is that
Dominic Foxworthy couldn't even support him this morning. I mean, you know how bad it is when that guy won't even support you, and you're Deshaun Watson. And Dan Orlovsky said something I agree with. He said you, after what he just said, you can't even have him on the football team. You got to cut him. And maybe that's what he's trying to force. Maybe he's trying to force Cleveland's hand. And even as a league, this doesn't look good. Hell, at this point, I think the league would be like, all right, forget the dead cap money. Let's just get rid of this guy. We'll make it up to you somewhere down the line. We'll figure it out. Yeah, and I think the other owners might just go, yeah, that's cool. Don't worry about it, man. Well, we want this guy gone. We do not want him to represent our league anymore. Please. We are one time excusing the cap debt for the Cleveland Browns because like any other team is scared that they're going to have some resurgence, right? Like they'll suddenly be a good franchise. Everybody knows that's not going to happen. But if you took a vote among all the owners, they would be like, hell yeah, no cap charge. Just get him the hell away from our league now.
Maybe except the other owners in the AFC North. They probably wouldn't vote for that.
I don't even think they would care, to be quite honest, at this point, after watching that. Dude, that's just, man. And now you're the starting quarterback. Here's your reward.
So is this more of an indictment on Shedeur Sanders? Because he hasn't looked bad in the preseason.
It's preseason, and we've seen him play in regular season games last year. He wasn't great.
Well, we've seen,
but he's certainly better than Deshaun Watson. He certainly showed he's better than him. And it's not like he hasn't started games before. He can do that.
How do you, as the Browns, go into the offseason with those as your options? I mean, Dylan Gabriel's still on the roster. We don't even hear anything about Dylan Gabriel, who was a third-round pick.
Right.
Sanders was a fifth-round pick.
Yeah. No, listen, is your team going to be worse off if you cut Deshaun? No. It's all about the cap charge. They can't get rid of him. And then you name him and because then you have to name, if you can't get rid of him, you got to almost name him the starter to hope he plays well and everything, will go away. Just play a little bit well. Because I don't know. I don't know.
You just wonder if there's any pressure from the top. And I don't know that the Haslams are meddling owners. I don't know that. But you just wonder if there's any pressure from the top to say, this guy, look, we're paying him all this money. He's going to start. I don't care. He's going to start.
I mean, at some
we'll dump
point,
him when the contract's over.
I mean, if it were my money, would I be desperately trying to squeeze anything out of this investment? If I could get one playoff season that somehow this guy magically turns it around and becomes the quarterback I thought Deshaun Watson was going to be a top 10 quarterback in this league for years to come. I really did.
Yeah.
What I watched in college, the way he dismantled Alabama, his leadership, his athletic ability. I knew he wasn't the greatest technical quarterback, but I thought, he very much could be a Jalen Hurts and get in a system and go win a Super Bowl because he had those leadership qualities. And then that all just evaporated. And when, the kid just went kind of cuckoo. Because I know a lot of people at Clemson that I trust that will just tell you that when he was at Clemson, he was the greatest young man you'd ever meet in your life. Like just absolutely salt of the earth, tremendous Christian, wonderful person, elevates everybody, unbelievable leadership, blah, 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 blah. They couldn't say enough good stuff about him. And then he wins a national championship. He gets drafted. It's like, and then whatever happened in Houston. But maybe it was a small town boy moving away from home for the first time because he grew up right outside of Atlanta. I mean, it moving to the big city, big money, big temptations.
I mean, Houston will do that to you.
Yeah, it will. Listen, money and all that will do that to you. And I ain't saying it's easy, but something happened to this dude. Like something really, really happened to this dude, and it hasn't been positive. And for you to sit at that podium and said, "I don't regret anything that's happened in my life," man, that is freaking tone deaf. But
That is
hey,
insane.
that's Cleveland's problem. We got our own backup quarterback stuff to deal with here. So
That's right.
But good luck with that.
By the way, Baker Mayfield still the only quarterback to lead the Browns to a playoff appearance this century.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, my goodness. Do we have any audio reports? Is everything been cleaned up? We good?
Sounds good to me. Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Okay, good. You guys tell me as well. I think we who said this, Timmy? I think it was Devin Garnett. Fire the producer. It's all his fault.
Always my fault.
Rick says, hold on. Watson threatened Monken with a massage. There it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Is that how it went?
Or the owner, or Jimmy Haslam.
Or the owner. Yeah.
Did you get the super chat yet?
Oh, Jimmy J. Here we go.
Yeah.
Jimmy J. Voyager says, "Hey JP, there's plans to have a party on Friday after the vote to celebrate." Yes, I will commit to that. I will commit to that on Friday. We can do that. We can do that.
What if the vote goes horribly wrong? Are you still gonna have a party?
We're gonna have a whole lot of pizza. We're gonna have a whole lot of leftover West Shore pizza. One of our new advertising partners, by the way. Welcome aboard. So yeah, well, details to come, Jimmy. But I would plan on meeting up Thursday morning to go to the city vote. Alan Clendenin will join us as city chair on Wednesday. So let's do that, and then we'll do a later show on Thursday. We'll get back and do the show noon to 2 o'clock on Thursday after the city vote. Okay. Then we'll go Friday regular show time. County votes at 9:30. Ken Hagan will likely join us after the county votes when the meeting is finally adjourned. So we'll do Friday's show from 10 to 12, and then we'll either have like a lunchtime party, or I think the Bucks and Jags are playing Friday night, correct? Let me double check that
for you. Yeah, I'll check.
Producing and parties on the air as well. Yeah, so that's a 7:30 game. So yeah, I'd say Friday night we'll do a little Bucks watch party, and stadium party, Bucks watch party / for you members and those thinking about joining as a Peterman. We'll if you come without being a member, we will shame you into becoming a member. So
it's a recruiting trip. It's going to be like a recruiting trip.
It's open to all. The real members will get special. Real members will put on the air live.
Real members get pizza. Prospects don't.
We're going to put wristbands on you when you come in. So, yes, all will be welcome, but especially the Petermans and the VI Petermans who will be treated like gold. The rest of you will be treated like scum, but you're like, you show up.
Hey, the people that aren't members that show up have to wear Saints hats.
Yeah. Yes. Let's do that. Yeah, as Joe Dombrowski said, I never had to see the quarterback have so much contempt for their own fans. Yeah, unbelievable.
It is incredible, man. To have so out of touch with reality, man. It's just
and it's a bad look for the league. It really is. It's a really bad look for the league. I mean, paying that guy $247 million guaranteed. Remember when that contract came out? Wow.
Even the other owners were pissed, because they thought he's resetting the market, and they didn't let it reset the market. It took a while for other contracts to catch up to where Deshaun was, because the other owners were just like, F that. We're not doing that.
No.
And Jimmy Haslam got everything he deserved for that too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you get.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Buckin says Browns fans in the stadium week 2 might be cheering more for Baker than Deshaun. That's right. I forgot. We got Cleveland in week 2. It's the home opener. Welcome Deshaun Watson back to the scene of the crime where you won the national championship. Compare and contrast Deshaun Watson throwing to Hunter Renfroe in the corner of the end zone to win the national championship, to where this loser's life is now. Wow. At Raymond James Stadium, week 2.
Joe Forsland said Monken will carve up Todd's defense. Well, Joel, the only problem is he doesn't have any offensive talent on his team, so I'm not sure how he's going to do. He might do it on paper, but I don't know how he can carve it up on the field because they got nobody.
Well, I think Joel might be referring to Ruben Bain, 6 snaps. 2 of them, he dropped into coverage.
It's possible. I told you he was going to come into coverage.
I mean, it's preseason. You probably want to see if he can do it, right?
No,
in a game. I get it. I get it.
See that.
You don't plan on calling it. I get it. You plan on rushing him all the time. So we're just taking a peek to see what it looks like. Don't get crazy, fans, but what are we doing? What, like, not the first game? Yeah, I guess he probably won't play the 3rd game. So it might have been the only chance you get to see it happen in a game, even though you've seen it happen on the practice field as much as you need to see it probably. But I mean,
I don't want to put any bad juju on this thing, but you know what should have happened?
He should have rushed the passer every single time. That's what should have happened.
Ruben Bain should have tore a hamstring trying to cover somebody is what should have happened.
Can you imagine? Shut your face. Don't even speak that into that. I hate you for saying that.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Don't you put that evil on me. Oh, my God. I saw it. I'm sitting there in the press box, and I saw it, and I'm like, no, maybe he read screen. I was like, maybe he read screen and was just, playing the screen. Not in your Raymond James Stadium debut with all your fans here. You were already a little gun shy about you dropping him in the cut. Like, you're not going to do that. Yeah, he did. Twice he did it. Looked good in coverage, by the way, in case anybody made a nice little redirect of the tight end. Very well done. Just
because he can do it doesn't mean he should do it.
I was like, show them that you can't do it. Don't show them you can do it. Show them how bad you are at it, and maybe they won't make you do it because they can't take you off the field. Don't be good at it, man. You're killing yourself. Jeez. You're killing yourself.
We do.
Tell them you're not good at it. Tell them you don't like it. Tell them I don't know what, but don't go out there and look good like redirecting the tight end like you're supposed to do. He can't help himself, though. He's just a perfect player, and he has to do everything well. And that will bite him in the butt if he starts covering people well, because then he's going to ask him to do it. And listen, does that give you a tactical advantage? You got an offensive tackle, and they're leaving a tight end in to chip, and you drop him in coverage, and they're wasting 2 guys. Does that give you a tactical advantage? Unfortunately, it does. I mean, from a coaching standpoint, if you could take up 2 guys and have the other guy dropping and waiting for him to rush, it should give a lot of opportunities for everybody else. It weakens what you can do offensively. It's from a tactical standpoint, that's a win. But do we want to see Ruben Bain dropping into coverage? No.
I think so.
No. Stop it. Oh, all right. I got it out.
I tried to tell you.
I got it out. I'm not gonna come back. Don't let him drop in. Rush the effing passer. That's what he does. Even against 2 guys, he can get home. So, but Timmy, 2 times out of 6 plays?
Out of 6 plays, yeah.
All right, moving on. Other, and we did see one of the reps he was allowed to rush the passer. Did you see what he did, Timmy?
I did not.
He went outside, did the Reggie White hump move, knocked the 320-pound tackle off his feet almost, and smoked the passer. Well, actually, he pulled up, but forced Justin Fields to throw the ball about 30 yards from where he wanted to throw the ball.
Justin Fields.
On his one opportunity, he destroys the tackle, almost kills the quarterback, and forces an incompletion. But we don't want to make sure he's in that coverage. Anyway, I'm not going to – Bain looked fantastic. He's going to be as good against the run as he is against the pass. You will not run on this Buccaneers defense. Keontae Scott made a couple of plays. I'm as excited to see that guy play. Well, not as excited, but those two guys starting, Trotter as well, Vita back, Bain. I mean, this defense, and frankly, if we can finally get Zion to play at his level, and Parrish is a damn good corner. I love the way that kid plays. Tyke Smith, Antoine Winfield, our starters. I love our starting 11. I love our defensively. Our starting 11 should be really, really good. And to all you folks in the comments that are ripping Bowles, I get it, but he'll be fine. When he has 4 guys that can get pressure, he won't feel all this pressure to call all this crazy stuff. It'll simplify everything. We'll be better. That's my hope.
Do you think Todd Bowles has just lost the fan base so far that there's absolutely nothing he can do to win them back?
No. If this team wins, no, dude. If this team wins 13, 12 games and goes deep into the playoffs, no, it's not that.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of us that don't think he's the long-term answer, but we're really rooting for him. And there's just small, fraction of the fan base that just can't stand the guy and wants to see the Bucs lose to get rid of him, which I think is bananas. Right. I'm rooting for the guy, man.
Yeah, those are the ones I'm talking about that are just cheering for actively cheering for losses.
That's a small, very vocal minority. Those are the same people that are against the Bucs stadium. Not the same, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're loud, they're obnoxious, but you're not taken seriously. Listen, if Todd Bowles could just be a better game manager, and win one-score games, it's 16-22 in one-score games in Tampa. That's not good enough. It's not good enough. And that's the difference between a good team and a team that goes deep into the playoffs. And he's got to be better at that. And if he can, I mean, the guys like playing for him. They really do. You heard Vita Vea the other day. They love playing for the guy.
Right.
I mean, who wouldn't? You get all the time off that you need.
Easy practices.
Getting time off. I mean, if I was a player, I'd love Todd Bowles, man. Are you kidding me? Yeah. He's a player's coach, man. See you Wednesday. See you in 2 weeks. Take the whole week. I don't care. Anyway, no, they love Bowles. So I don't think and the community loves him. Like, there's so much to like about the guy. And the only thing you don't like is that he just seems to not be a great strategist during games, which is hard to do. It's hard to do. It's hard to be a great NFL coach. There's only, 10 of them. 10 to 12 of them in the league, right, that you really think could never be replaced or really good coaches. It's hard to do. I just don't put him in that upper tier. But listen, you get a couple bounces your way, you can go deep into the playoffs. The injury situation goes your way. I don't feel that kind of vitriol for Bowles, I know. But there's a lot. But I don't think to that level that you're talking about.
All
right. What else we need to do? Comments here. Get to some more comments. Yeah. One of our other members, Pooh Shiesty, saying, show up for votes later this week, then reconvene at Kingmaker. Sign me up. All right. We'll see you Friday. Balala Bell is back. Say, good morning, gentlemen. Great to see you. Had a great time this weekend. Wore my Buck Up and Find Out shirt. Okay.
I like that.
Buck up and find out. All right. Pictures or it didn't happen, Bill. And we want to see the shirt. The Rays were going to regress, then came off an incredible road trip. Yeah, listen, if you're out there hitting the panic button on the Rays, I think you're being a little foolish. They were not going to continue to play at that level. And there's help on the way. There's help on the way. They got Manny Rodriguez back. It looks like they might add a bat in Fraley and Gavin Lux at some point before the playoffs. Those guys are eligible to come back and play. Jacob Melton might be a piece that they can use as well in September. Remember, we got September call-ups, so you can bring up a bunch of guys that and not just scrubs, guys that can help this team offensively. So I think that's that's a really good, important point to think about. Pooh Shiesty says the Rays Stadium deal is bases loaded, bottom of the ninth, as long as city and county don't strike out, this is going to be a win-win-win. Yeah, it's just, as I said weeks and weeks ago, it was so far down the tracks when we hit the city speed bump. I think Alan Clendenin said it on this show, Timmy, and I don't think the quote got enough play. He said, you can either go through them or you can go around them. And I think what happened here is they kind of went through and around them. They just kind of took the city out to such a minimal part of this deal that they had to get the votes. So thank God. Buck's Basement says Jalon Daniels is never replacing Baker. No offense to the kid, but if the Bucks do decide to move on from Baker and hand Daniels the keys after this season, they're going to be looking at a bottom 10 record. I agree with that. But to what I know right now about Jalon Daniels, okay? Now, talk to me after the season. If he gets comfortable, and gets in some games, he might be that rare guy because happens all the time. Undrafted free agent rookie quarterback becomes a great NFL quarterback. Never. Can you remember an undrafted quarterback, Timmy, that became a great NFL quarterback?
Tony Romo.
There we go. That's one. I think maybe Jake Delhomme made it to a Super Bowl as an undrafted free agent. Don't remember if Jake was drafted.
Took the Panthers to a Super Bowl. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Brad Johnson was drafted in the 11th round, so he wouldn't have been drafted. He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it can happen, but it's rare.
Yeah, Jake Delhomme was undrafted in 97.
What's that?
Jake Delhomme was undrafted.
Yeah. So, but it's super rare.
Yeah.
It can happen. But again, if he were, let's say week 11, Baker can't play, and Jalon's been in the system all year long, you've been putting him in at practice, you feel comfortable with him, you're playing, maybe it's a team that you be an underdog. Would I feel like going with Jalon Daniels to see what I got? Yeah. Why not? As opposed to, it depends on what their record is at the time. A lot of different things could come into it. But I think if you let him grow in the system and then we see him play, then you might be able to make a better evaluation. But to your point, Joe Milton's played in many regular season games, and we still don't know what he is. So, listen, we love the tools, but let's slow that horsey down.
Yeah, do you consider Brock Buck in 0220 kind of brought Brock Purdy up? I mean, he was
right. He was
almost
drafted.
undrafted.
He was drafted, though.
But he was drafted, yeah.
Yeah, it can happen.
Kurt Warner, Gator Josh said that guy that was on the greatest show on turf forgot his name. I think he means Kurt Warner. Right?
Yeah, Kurt Warner. Yeah. It happens.
Good call.
But it's rare. It's extremely rare. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side. We will get to more of your comments. We got great sound with Jalon and Jake Browning. Another very interesting interview from him where his nonverbal communication tells you more than his verbal communication, which is always fun to talk about. And we've got a press box view of one of the greatest kicks I've ever seen in my life, and with narration as well. Hey, we're brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. They are still selling lots of cars over there. No payments for 90 days, free gasoline, all kinds of promotions going on. They got great lease specials going on at Genesis as well. So if you're thinking about the GV70 or GV80, don't want to commit fully, go lease a car for $369 a month. I mean, that car is out of this world for that kind of money. I drive the GV70, a little midsize SUV, feels huge, but just performs. It's an incredible car. GenesisofTampa.com is the website. Go check out all the cars there. Or better yet, go by for a test drive and tell them JP sent you. 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275. Back in 3.
Hey, Tampa Bay, it's time to get your AC unit ready for summer. And here at Third Generation Plumbing and Mechanical, we recommend getting ahead of the game, keeping your family cool before the hot summer months with one of our maintenance agreements in the hopes of avoiding the dreaded emergency service call. Our maintenance agreements include, we'll test the electrical components, check and tighten high and low voltage wire connections. We'll check the refrigerant for manufacturer's performance levels, test thermostats, calibrate if needed, clean the evaporator coil and condenser coil, and clear and treat the drain line and drain pans. Just call us at 813-961-8024 for the special rates, and a human will actually answer. 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here, coming to you from our Orlando office. I'm getting a workout here today, just after the show. Thank you so much to the great folks at Italiano Insurance, soon to be AJ Gallagher Insurance. Same great customer service you get at Italiano, but all the options of a bigger firm that gives you more options to save as well. So get the insurance checkup where they check up on all your insurance, what you're paying, and hopefully can find better prices and save you money. They do it all the time. So it's not just what you make, it's what you keep, folks. Italiano Insurance can help you keep more of what you make. 813-877-7799 is the number. All right, I want to get back to the Bucs backup quarterback situation because we had a lot of comments on that. All right, the first thing I want to do is play let's play Jake Browning first. So I went up to him after the game. Just myself and Romano were talking, and I jumped in there to ask a couple questions. And first I had to find out if he was still alive or did he almost get did his heart actually stop?
Jake, you took a couple of tough hits tonight. What was it like out there?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You're going to take hits, and, sometimes the soul needs it.
Did the ref take you off?
Yeah, I just told him, I got up, look, we literally made eye contact, and I was like, please don't do that. And then he pulled me out, but I'm fine. Yep.
Do you feel like this? There's definitely a quarterback battle here for the backup job.
That's not my job to say whether it is or it isn't, you know, I'm a UDFA going into my 8th year. Like I've been in competition every single year, and you know, whether you think it's a competition or it's not, you're competing with a lot of quarterbacks that aren't even on this team. So, you know, I think that's just kind of comes with the territory, and I'm not unfamiliar with competition, but it's also not my job to worry about that stuff. It's just do your job. I feel like I've had a really good camp. I feel like I had some good plays today. Obviously, weren't able to put together a drive to put a touchdown up, but you know, I feel confident in the body of work I put out so far since getting here, and you know, just need to capitalize on through the rest of camp.
Interesting there. Interesting from him. Um, I think he knows he's in a battle, no question about it. I think his assessment was pretty accurate. You know, he's been in this league a long time, and he has done some good things. Has he been lighting it up in practice? I would say lighten it up, but he's been good. You know, I've seen a lot of training camp, and I would say Browning's had a good camp. I think they have confidence in him that he can come in and do the job if need be. They probably have confidence that Jalon can do it, but you've never seen it, and I think it would be a risk, to be quite honest, at this point. So I don't think there's any way that Jalon is going to take over that backup quarterback job yet, and that's just my opinion. We'll see.
Jake's been a QB2 and a QB3 in this league long enough to know how to answer those questions too, right? Like he's pretty comfortable, I think, with all of that.
We always like to get TJC 22 in here, ex-coach, has good football mind. He says, outside of just getting through the operation with Zach in and out of the huddle for the first time, why would you put your first team in there when you're on your fourth string offensive tackle? Yeah, listen, the starters were not going to play. And for those who are saying that, oh, Baker didn't play well, come on now. Peter Golterman, is that what? Yeah. They weren't going to let him drop back into the offense. And listen, the other team knows that. They know you're going to be thrown. That's why that one screen almost got picked off. The guy knew what they were getting. They knew we weren't going to go down the field. So at that point, you just, all right, let's get him off the field. I like seeing the offensive line pave the way to, I think Bucky had like 3 carries for 14 yards. I mean, that's what made me happy. Just watch these guys push guys like they do. And they're really good, this offensive line. I'm excited about seeing that run game. TJC says, please tell me no one is actually saying this in your media area and it's just trolls on the internet saying that Jalon should take over for Baker. Well, I haven't seen anybody in the media say that, but I have seen them say that he's already the number 2 quarterback. Now, I think he's probably the second best talented quarterback you have. But again, if Baker goes down week 1, I do not want Jalon Daniels to be the guy. Not yet. Bella Bell says, I'm surprised they haven't just given him one more year. I mean, in terms of Baker, it's kind of getting disrespectful, no lie, but Daniels has definite potential, possibly. He does, but we're not ready to replace him just yet. All right, speaking of young Jalon, let's listen to him after the game. And he does like to say the word bet. So, bet.
Used to these victories, huh? Absolutely. You got to love some wins.
Jalon, you seem pretty excited in the tunnel after the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my family, that's what I was looking at first. They were right above the tunnel. They flew all the way out here from Los Angeles. So, you know, I always love when my mom and my pops are able to come out here and watch me play football. But then just being able to celebrate the win with all the Bucs fans that were at the tunnel as well was amazing.
Jalon, second week in a row, you come in, get the team on the board, get the win. What is it about you that brings life to the huddle and got you guys going?
Yeah, I mean, I just come in with confidence. I think I'm very confident with everything that I do within this game of football. I've been playing since I was 7 years old, and when you think of it like that, when you go out there and play football, you're kind of just like, all right, bet. I mean, I've been dreaming to be in this position since I was that young, and every single opportunity that comes my way, whenever my number is called, I'm going to go out there and do it 100% confidently, do it out there with a smile, and go out there and play 100% hard.
Jalon, what does it mean not only to get the drives to take the lead, but to stay in there and get the conversions to run on the clock and close out the win?
I mean, it means everything. They say that the best football play that you can run as an offense is victory formation. So to be able to have those three needs to be able to end the game, that's something that you want to be able to do every single week. And I think that being able to go out there and execute that offense within the second half with all those guys allowed us to be able to come at the end and do that.
How do you think you've improved the most?
I would say being able to understand what Z-Rob is saying through the headset, being able to reiterate that to the guys, and being able to make sure that I have all of the knowledge that I need to know pre-snap, and being able to go out there and be able to execute that. I mean, that was something that I didn't really do in college. College, I kind of just got, hey, you got wristband 91, look at the wristband, and I'm reading it off. So now I'm hearing Z-Rob say it, and having to be able to remember all of those calls, remember exactly why I'd have to switch one play to another, and then being able to have to reiterate that to all those guys wasn't the easiest thing at first, but I think that I've grown to be able to become better with it.
Jalon, there was a sequence right before Tucker's touchdown where you ran, almost scored, and then you got everybody lined up right on the goal line. Take me through that whole sequence. What were you hearing? What did you execute in that one?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I spun off of bro, I honestly thought I was about to try to be able to dive in there, and then I kind of got stalemated there at the 1 yard line. But in my head, I was just like, all right, bet. I wonder what was gonna be the next call, and then I hear Z-Rob saying, all right, bet. We're on the ball right now, run this play right now. I'm like, all right, bet. Hey, I know exactly what the play was about to be, and in my head, I'm saying like, all right, bet. So this is you. You about to get this ball. Go ahead, find the hole, and he was able to do that.
Was Z-Rob saying bet back?
Nah, he wasn't saying. I mean, he wasn't saying bet back, but I know he knows I was probably saying bet.
Jalon, what's going through your head when you're like creating plays out of structure, when you're throwing on the run, when you're moving out of the pocket, and you're still able to find a guy?
At the end of the day, one thing that I learned from the University of Kansas was something called rule of zero. Rule of zero just means you want to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage no matter what. You don't want to make a bad play worse. Sometimes the defense, they get paid to be able to go out there and play defense as well. So when they're out there doing what they can, if you're able to extend the play and try to be able to continue moving the sticks, that's something I want to be able to do. But at the end of the day, if the defense is doing their jobs, I'm going to do what I can to be able to get to the line of scrimmage. And if I can, I'm going to throw the ball away.
Is that where you get the comment? I think you.
All right, that's Jalon Daniels there post game, and I asked him that question because I thought it was a really, growth moment for him. Is they're inside the red zone. He rolls out to his right, spins, and just leaves this guy in the dust. Just an incredible move, and he looks like he's going to get to the end zone, and he gets smoked at the 1 yard line. And clearly he just got hit. And now Z-Rob's in his ear going on the ball, on the ball, on the ball. Get everybody lined up, going no huddle. Because they're at the 1 yard line. He didn't want the other team to be able to change out personnel. So you go no huddle. You have a short yardage with personnel. You have a short yardage advantage. So that's a tough thing for an experienced quarterback to do. You just got smoked. You thought you were going to get in. Now your OC is right in your ear going, get on the ball, get on ball, get on ball. Let's go. We're going to run, Kyle 94-17. Let's go. And so he gets everybody lined up, makes sure everybody's lined up, snaps the ball, and Tucker walks into the end zone. That to me shows me that you got poise. You almost scored a touchdown on this great run, and you get physically smoked at the end of it. Now you got to get in under composure, snap the ball, and give it to the guy for the score. That to me shows that poise. And you could say that, and you could just see in his answer, he's like, I'm right on it. Okay, let's get everybody lined up. Let's go. Bet. And I would bet on him.
Is that what that means when he says bet? I didn't know. I don't understand what he meant when he was saying bet.
That's how the kids talk now. Bet has replaced like. Everybody says like. It's like this, like that, yeah. So now some of the kids say bet instead of like.
That's really weird. We need to write a strongly worded letter to somebody, but I don't know where to send it.
Yeah, I don't know who's in charge of that.
Who's in charge of that?
Yeah.
TikTok, probably TikTok.
Here's another whole story, boss. From John Hill. Browns officially waived tight end Daquan Wright, who was on the verge of becoming the first player to go from the NFL back to college at LSU, if unclaimed on waivers, according to Adam Schefter. That's right.
Yeah, we've been covering that. Right. Yeah.
Pyburn could do that as well. So we haven't seen it yet, but it's coming. And I don't know. I know people are saying, "Oh my God, this is the death of all football." Blah blah blah. And I see people taking shots at Daquan Wright. Oh, you can't even make it in the NFL, so you're crawling back to college. Let's slow down on that. This kid is doing what every one of us would do, taking advantage of the rules to make a shit ton more money. Improve your draft stock, go back to college, enjoy your life for a year, play in front of 100,000 people instead of being on a practice squad, make more money, dramatically more money. Come on now. That's every one of you would do that. So don't get mad at the kid. He's just taking advantage of these ridiculous rules that have been set up by a bunch of adults who did not know what they were doing and still currently do not. And that's the leadership in college football.
Definitely going to make more money at LSU under Lane Kiffin than he would on a practice squad in the NFL. There's zero
practice squad's about $290,000 a year. If you're on it every week, they could cut you from the practice squad at any time.
Yep.
Whereas you go back to college, that money's guaranteed. I don't know what they're going to pay him. What, 500,000, maybe $1 million?
Yeah.
So you're going to make $1 million guaranteed over 300,000 maybe.
I mean, and he may be making more because don't forget he played under Kiffin at Ole Miss. He's an Ole Miss kid that now will be following Kiffin to LSU. So Kiffin's going to make it worth his while. So this is the new college football. This is what everybody asked for. It's just the wild, wild west version of it. And this will all change. This will get settled later.
Well, if we could pass the goddamn bill in Congress, we wouldn't have this shit.
I still don't know how I feel about this. Like, I'm okay with players getting paid, obviously. We've talked about this. Man, I don't know about the jumping back and forth between the NBA and then college and the NFL and college. And
Jimmy, we can't. If there's not I don't know. We can't have that.
It can't happen,
right? You can't have that. If you want any semblance of a league in college and pro, for that matter, you can't have guys getting drafted and then decide to go back to school and you waste a draft pick.
I mean, I don't have a problem. See, I don't have a problem with you getting drafted and not signing with that team and then staying in school. Like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But once you sign a contract with an NFL team, you're done. You can't go back to
playing a game.
No.
Come on now. But he's taking advantage of the rules the way they are now. But if this bill was passed, listen, there's a lot in that bill that I don't like, but it addresses the big things that we need to be addressed, which is how many years of eligibility you have, can only transfer once without penalty. I mean, those are two huge things there. Sets a level playing field for a salary cap, right? Has enforceability of all these provisions across college football. If you just do those 5 things, those 5 basic things, you dramatically save the sport. You roll it back to the way it was. Now, the players will still get paid as they should get paid. But if you just limit the portability, and then the coach rule as well, you can't poach a coach in the middle of the year. That's a good one. So you got 5 or 6 things that dramatically change college football back to the way it should be. Now, there's, like I said, the leaving one conference for another, having to sit out 5 years, that's the dumbest thing ever. Then just have a no realignment rule if that's what you're going to do. I think there's a lot of good in that bill. It would certainly prevent this from happening, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good stuff in that bill. Pass it and just get it done. And if there needs to be changes down the line, we can do that. But if we get that done, we fix 90% of the issues in college football right there. So let's get her done. But this thing of people going back, and Pyburn may be the same thing for the Bucks. Yeah.
Get her done.
All right. What else do we want to get to? Other stuff from the game. Yes. Yaya and Elijah Roberts were in the weight room this offseason. Big time. Well, Yaya has always been yoked, but Elijah, I'm excited about Elijah Roberts, number 95. Saw him in the game. He had a sack last week. He came in at 315, which he was too light last year to play the 3 technique. And now he's at 305, 25 pounds heavier, makes a huge difference in there. And he hasn't lost any of his quickness either. So we've drafted a 280-pound tweener edge rusher last year in the 5th round. And now we've turned this guy into what probably would be a top 3 round pick, interior guy, 305 with that kind of quickness. That's a sneaky good move there by Elijah Roberts. Watch that kid this year really, really blossom. I like what I saw from him. I got some other notes here on the game. Keontae Scott, a couple of really, really good plays to keep third downs from being converted. Love that. Ted Hurst with a really stupid penalty, did not have a good catch in the game. He didn't play much either, but Trotter, I thought Trotter looked quick again, looked really good in his run fits. Anthony Nelson with a strip sack. All this guy does is make plays. All he does is make plays when he's in there. You know, I know he's not the flashiest guy in the world, but he's made 2 plays, an interception for a touchdown in the end zone, and a strip of forget who it was in Carolina, the running back that sent us to the playoffs. If he doesn't get that strip, we lose that game, and the season's over. You don't go to the playoffs. So that guy just comes in and makes game-changing plays. He's your number 4 in the rotation. Got to have him, Anthony Nelson. Mo Kamara, number 59. This guy's been on the rise for a couple of years now. He's added about 25 pounds of muscle. He's got quickness coming off the edge. I think he's way better than Braswell. I think he just might make the team. Josh Williams, number 18, running back. Gruden said this on the broadcast, and Rondé agreed. There's a battle for that number 3 job, and Sean Tucker did miss a blitz pickup that almost got Browning killed in the game. They like Josh Williams a lot. He ran a couple of screen plays with tremendous patience. Good running back. He's had a really good training camp. He's busted a lot of runs. If they don't keep 4 running backs, Tucker might be the odd man out because Josh is really good at a lot of things, and Tucker is not a good blocker. He's not a good blitz pickup guy. He's a liability there, so watch that. And then this. So as the Bucs turn it over on 4th down, right before the half, Timmy, I start doing the math right away. I'm like, where are they getting the ball? Oh, it's going to be about the 40. Oh, this will be a 70-yard field goal for Butker. He's going to try a 70-yarder. And I was like saying in the press box, like, what's the record now? 67, 68? And they're like, yeah, Cam Little, 68. But I didn't know this till after this kick. Cam made a 70-yarder in preseason last year. Mm-hmm. So that's the longest kick made in an NFL game. But 69 would be second, and this is how we saw it from the press box.
Oh my God, he got that by a bunch. Holy shit. That's 69.
Zero reaction from the crowd?
Yeah, it's kind of snuck up on everybody. It kind of snuck up on everybody.
Wow.
Yeah, but everybody on the Chiefs knew. The Chiefs knew.
Yeah.
They knew. But I don't think the crowd realized it all. Yeah. Or go back to the beginning here. We kind of joined it midstream. Yeah. Yeah, that was something else. I mean, and then I saw the replay on TV. It was about 8 to 10 yards up the goalpost.
Oh, wow.
That thing could have been good from 75. Easy.
Now, that doesn't count, though, in the record book because it's preseason, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, 68 is still right. So in the Guinness Book of World Records now, the longest kick made in an NFL game is still 70, Cam Little. And by the way, that was 69.1 because it was over the yard mark by about a foot. So, I mean, if I were him, I just would have backed it up a little. Yeah. I would have gone for 71. Because he smoked that ball. Okay, what else we got here? We got Wesley Wright says, hey, JP, do you know how long the city and county votes are expected to take on Thursday and Friday? I do not. If I'm going by how the city council meeting went last time, once we got done with public comment, they were actually going to, by the time they started public comment, it was almost 11:15. Luckily, I got in that first part and could go do the show. Otherwise, they were going to take a lunch break and come back in the afternoon, which they might do. There's probably going to be a lot of public comment, so we may not even get a vote till after lunch. So, but I've been told it would be good if we come down there for the city vote and do the public comment. So I think we got to be there. So once again, we're going to show up, Petermans who want to come. We'll meet at Hat Tricks on Thursday morning. It's a morning city council meeting. All right. Then we'll roll over to the city council. There'll be public comment, so we'll be able to make comment. We'll just, do what we've been doing.
No cheering.
Support the team and wear your Rays jerseys, wear your Rays hats. No cheering until we get a vote. If they do vote, then we cheer.
But then it's too late for them to kick you out. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Sorry. And then once the vote's over, kick me out anyway. I'm leaving. I got to go do the show. So that's fine. But and then Friday will be the county vote at 9:30. I don't know how long the whole meeting's going to take. So I don't know the timing of the actual meeting. And I don't know if we can even predict it because it depends on public comment. So long answer is I don't know, but this is the plan. Friday we'll do our show at the regular time, and then Friday night we'll have a watch party for Bucks Jacksonville and celebration Rays Stadium party. So if by chance the vote does not go our way, at least we'll have to eat pizza and watch football and bitch and moan. But I think I'm very confident. Don't get me wrong. But so that's the plan. If you guys have any comments on that, let me know. Here's another one from Airweed. Say, I agree with Alejandro. Let's go to the Trop for the Rays Padres game to celebrate the new stadium. When is that? Is that Friday night? I mean, we could. No, we could do that Saturday. I think Friday night we watch football and celebrate this. We watch football and baseball too. We can watch both games.
You can watch all of it there, can't you?
Yeah, the Kingmakers. Yeah, we have plenty of TVs. Joel Forsland asks, and since when do you need offensive talent to beat our defense? Did you see the second half of last year? It's a different defense, Joel. In case you haven't been paying attention, we've drafted this guy, Ruben Bain. Like, I know you hate bowls, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I understand. I'm with you on sort of it, maybe not to your level. But this is a new defense. Like, this is not last year's defense. I know it's the same coach, but it's not the same coaching staff. I think it's going to be different. I may be a fool, and you can call me out week 2 or week 3 if the defense still sucks. But I think it's going to be better. I think personnel matters. You're changing out both linebackers, who were, all due respect, Levante, sub-standard last year. We're counting on a healthy Cansey. Okay, that may be a stretch. You've added Ruben Bain. Okay, so that's 3 new starters right there. I think, Parrish in year 2. Keontae Scott's going to be a starter in the nickel. So you have 4 new starters there. And then you got Tyke and Antoine. I mean, that's a good – and you've got, you've added David Walker. You've added Muhammad to the rotation. You've added Ashawn Robinson to the rotation. So, not only are starters different, most of your depth pieces are different as well. So this is a much different defense. So you're talking about the 18 guys that mostly play in different dime and nickel packages and rotations of the defensive linemen. Of those 18 to 19 players, probably 10 are new. So it's a completely different defense. And it's tweaked too. So we've been told. And so there's some supposedly different parts of the scheme. But I get it. And all this remains to be seen. But if we have to be predictive in any way, and what we do on these shows, right? I think you can make a good case for that. Make a case for it being the same old shit. I'll listen. But anyway. Let me put this up. Mike France, from taxpayers in a county of 1.5 million people to be paid over the next 35 years, $1 billion from taxpayers. It's not $1 billion. You're wrong. Las Vegas got the deal of the century at $280 million. Well, the 280 that the city is putting in is more than this city is putting in by a large stretch. And it's not $1 billion from the taxpayers. It's about $875 million. Number one, very little of it coming from the city, most of it coming from the county, most of it coming from CIT or tourist taxes, no new taxes at all. And you're getting billions of dollars back in tax revenue. You make three to four times back on your investment. I mean, you can say that, Mike, and isolate $1 billion, wrong number, by the way, 1.5 million people in Hillsborough County, okay? So, and compare it to another deal, which is apples and oranges. And this is what a lot of times the opposition does to obfuscate the facts. If you're putting in the county's portion of it, so if you're talking about the county, it's $687 million, of which you're going to get back $2.5 to $3 billion in tax revenue. So you can put it your way, I'll put it my way. What's a better deal? It doesn't matter how much you spend if you're getting it all back 3, 4, 5-fold, does it? In terms of what taxpayers are spending. And by the way, you have all these needs in the county that you say you can't afford. So you should be looking for investment vehicles to bring more money back in, which will bring tourist dollars in. Here you go. I could debate you all day long. You're going to lose this one, Mike. But I see what you did there. It sounded good what you did. But we're smarter than that. I see you. It's good try, but you came to the wrong store. We got answers here. We've been doing this a while. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and get to the rest of your comments. I want to talk about USF naming their starting quarterback. Tim has some thoughts on the Freedom 250 IndyCar race this weekend, which was interesting, and some other goodies as well. So stay with us. We're brought to you by the great folks at Third Generation Plumbing. They also do AC in connection with the great folks at Third Generation Plumbing. Just go to the website, thirdgenerationplumbing.com. They do AC. Get the maintenance special, $169. American Standard Heating and Cooling is their partner. Check them out at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Back in 3.
JP here for Genesis of Tampa. And as you know, I purchased a GV70, a 2023, about 3 months ago. Just had the service done, the valet service. They came here to the studio, picked up the car while I was doing the show, went and serviced it, brought it back like I never even knew it was gone. And if I needed it, they bring me a loaner as well. The service is absolutely incredible. The car, I've been driving it for a while, and I could not love it more. The performance, the luxury, the looks you get, it's pretty cool. It's a GV70. Right now, they have a lease starting at $329 for the GV70, at $369 for the bigger GV80. You've got to go test drive these cars, folks. I'm telling you, the value that you get for the money, it feels like the absolute top of the line, and it is, but it's a fraction of the cost. You got to go test drive them. Tell them JP sent you. 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275. You will not regret it. Genesis of Tampa. As the Rays enjoy being back in their Tropicana Field home this season that was ravaged by Hurricane Milton, Italiano Insurance wants to remind us all how important it is to be properly insured. 40% of you are underinsured. That can mean financial disaster. Let the experienced and friendly agents at Italiano shop your policies for the best price and the right coverage. Italiano saved me over $1,000 on our auto insurance last year, over $500 on our homeowners insurance. They can do the same for you. That's a grand slam. Might as well get a double play by adding flood insurance and business insurance to your portfolio. Cost less than you think, and trust me, you do not want to risk your home or personal wealth. That's a whiff. So step up to the plate and call 813-877-7799 and chat with our all-star agents at Italiano Insurance, or call our Boca Grande office at 941-964-0400. From I do to I still do, the Golden Diamond Source is there for you at every special moment in your lives. Yes, I went shopping there for my engagement ring, and it's not actually family, but it sure feels like family with Julie and Steve Weintraub, great philanthropists here in the Tampa Bay area. They've been doing this business for over 40 years. Thousands of customers have bought that perfect ring at the Golden Diamond Source. No matter what your budget is, they will guide you through your your first diamond purchase to upgrading your gold and diamond source diamond at 100% of its value for a bigger, better diamond. 100% of your diamond's value. You can't get that anywhere else. Enjoy their beautiful, relaxing bridal salon and select for the most extensive collection of diamond engagement rings anywhere. Wedding bands, anniversary rings, it's all there. Go see them at the Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Omerton Road, and please tell them JP sent you. Just over the bridge from Tampa Bay. It's the easiest place to shop for that perfect diamond. Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch, and everything is handmade, and the wings are big, and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service you get, $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Well, we know there are roofing scammers everywhere, so for ultimate transparency, my friends at Pitch Roofing built something called the Pitch Partner Portal, and it is live right now at partner.pitchroofing.com. See, when you roof with Pitch, you're not just a customer, you are a partner. Every partner gets a private account. You can see your entire project in one place, where it stands, your documents, photos, your balance, and your team. You want an answer at 11 o'clock at night? It's all right there. They also build a free roofing calculator in-house on that same site, so you can get an estimate, and unlike these other websites, you don't have to talk to anyone if you don't want to, and they do not sell your information to other companies. You are never turned into a lead. It all stays with Pitch. Now, right now, the portal is open to all of their Tampa Bay area partners, and Delray Beach, Orlando, the Villages are coming soon. So if you've been thinking about your roof, start at pitchroofing.com or call 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824. Transparency right in your pocket. That, folks, is roofing done right.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. If you're looking for that engagement ring, you know it's the only place to go, and don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. It's a really bad idea. And they got the real diamonds there, the best prices, 0% financing, and if you come back later to upgrade your diamond, you get your full value of what you paid for that diamond towards the new one. It's the Diamond Savings Account. It's awesome, as are so many things at the Golden Diamond Source. Great local company, great philanthropists, and Julie and Steve Weintraub. So go see them over at the Gold and Diamond Source. Timmy, am I reading that there is a breaking news story on the 49ers owner? The boys are putting it in the chat, and the ladies.
You are correct, sir. Yes.
Can you give me the details on this? What do we have going on?
Jed York apparently, I've not seen details. I have seen that he was pulled over, and he's being charged. Was it a DWI?
I thought somebody in the
hang on
comments said something else.
Oh, it's possible. I have not.
Okay.
Ohio prostitution related case.
Prostitution, you said.
49ers owner Jed York was arrested in Ohio on Sunday. He quickly pleaded no contest to disorderly conduct and possession of criminal tools, and he was sentenced to 2 days in jail. That's per Pro Football Talk. And the TMZ is reporting the arrest has prostitution-related charges.
What?
ABC7 in Chicago says, engaging in prostitution per court documents. He pleaded no contest to disorderly conduct and possession of criminal tools.
Wow.
So
that's a bit embarrassing, Robert Kraft. Wow.
Yeah, take a little bit of the attention off the Patriots, right?
Like, when you have this much money, aren't you supposed to be smarter? Or at least employ people that can make you be smarter?
Don't you have
You know what I'm
handlers and
saying?
stuff to fix this? You have fixers, right?
Right. Fixers. Like a guy. You have a guy. They all have, you should have a guy.
And I don't know.
Wow. That's
His
crazy.
mugshot? We got his mugshot.
Oh, we got mugshots?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's always fun. Mugshots are fun.
Here's the Jed York mugshot from Ohio.
If that don't say white guys, hookers, and cocaine, I don't know what does. Allegedly, in my opinion. Like if you were going to typecast for a movie, that guy, that rich guy that just hangs out with hookers and does a lot of blow, like that's the guy you'd be looking for.
He looks like a bad guy.
Yeah.
He looks like he'd play a bad guy in a Beverly Hills Cop movie from the 80s.
But like a bumbling bad guy, just like he doesn't scare you at all. It's like, no, yeah, that guy. He's like, yeah, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Yeah, that guy.
Like you know who would play him in a movie? Tom Arnold.
Yes, yeah, 100%, 100%. That's him with the wide eyes. Yeah, sure. He went that way. Oh my god,
it was awesome.
TJC's breaking it down. The bet word said bet usually is just another word for okay. It could also mean, from what my nephew told me, challenge accepted, or even I agree. Yeah, bet.
Okay, why do we have to make up words for things we already have words for?
Because we did that when we were kids, you old man.
Did we?
Every generation has their words.
Well, other generations except for ours are stupid. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, ours was cool. Like, cool.
They were saying that
okay.
like in the 50s,
our dads didn't say cool.
My dad didn't, that's for sure.
No, my dad most certainly did not. What else we got here? If you go back to school or you're subject to draft, you in theory can be signed by an NFL team at any time. Has that loophole been addressed? Joe, nobody knows what the rules are right now.
There are no rules.
That's the point. There are no rules. The rules are being made up by judges. When players want to go somewhere and do something that they've been forbidden for by, quote, NCAA rules, all they have to do is go to the court and say, this isn't fair. They have no jurisdiction. The court says you are correct. Go do whatever the hell you want to do. So that's how it works now. That's the rule.
So
that's the rule. There's no, it's called go get a lawyer and they'll let you do whatever you want to do. So, yeah. So, did you see another fun thing we got to get into? Did you see Enes Kanter on the weekend showing up at a WNBA game, getting thrown out of the game because a player is pissed that he was there? I don't know what he had on his shirt. Listen, like somebody, evidently you've become the commissioner of the WNBA, Tim. Mike H says, Tim, how would you fix the WNBA debacle, which I don't watch anyway, but everyone is talking about it.
Why am I associated? First of all, I'd fire all of the coaches. I'd fire the commissioner, and then I would dissolve the league.
Disaster.
That's what I would. I would just dissolve the league.
Well, I would the commissioner is a complete incompetent. I would call her a incompetent boob, but that would be taken the wrong way. She's just way in over her head. But I would say this: if you're the commissioner of this league, how do you fix it? Like your league, like your players are out of their minds.
So do you want to know what a shirt said that he was wearing?
Yeah, what did it say?
It said woman, noun, adult human, female. That's what a shirt said.
You can't be wearing that around a WNBA game. You can't be walking around with the actual definition of a woman.
And he was sitting courtside underneath one of the baskets. Mm-hmm. And I guess so this Natasha Cloud of the Chicago Sky, I guess, made a basket or whatever, and he sort of stood up, and then he was doing this with a shirt at her, and she flew off the handle.
Yeah.
And then he just stands up, and he's just doing this at her, like, and pointing at his shirt. I guess she has a differing opinion of what a female is. I don't know the story. But, yeah, so she goes off, the referees and her teammates had to get involved, and then he was escorted out of the building for that.
Ridiculous.
A freaking ex-NBA player had to be escorted out of a WNBA game.
Should he be showing up at NBA games and taunting them? No.
Well, he wants to play for them.
I know. And he's pointing out the hypocrisy of the whole damn thing. And I get all that, and I love it, but maybe not show up. Do we have to interfere in the games?
Sounds like something I would do, though.
You would. I totally get it. And they brought this upon themselves. I get all that. Because it's like, all right, it's a league mostly run by lesbians, black lesbians, who have to be inclusive of trans people because that's their mantra. But being inclusive of trans people would also make their league completely irrelevant for women to ever play in it. So we have, when your principles are so whack that you start getting caught in these hypocritical stances that just don't work. And that's what he's pointing out. Now, I think if the players would just come out and say, hey, we are inclusive. We love trans people, but this is a different issue. Okay. Yeah. Being included as a man in a professional sport, this is different than being inclusive and loving all trans people, which is where 99.9% of people are. Saying that men should not play in women's sport is not being anti-trans. That's your definition of it, not everybody else's. Okay? And it's factually untrue. It's factually untrue. This is it's the same reason I don't want 110-pound men fighting 220-pound men.
Yeah.
You need a level playing field in sports in order for there to be real competition. It has nothing to do with what your beliefs are about sexualities and your social beliefs about that. There you go. So, and if every WNBA player took that stance, there wouldn't be a problem. But what you're trying to do is have it both ways. And that just makes no sense. And that's what pisses people off for the most part.
Yep.
Here's an interesting note from Nathan Comanci. The Rays have two guys on the rise in AAA, Caden Bonine and Xavier Isaac. That's right. Both these cats, a catcher and a big hitting first baseman, who eventually will play at the new stadium, I believe. Really interesting developments, because maybe if they really play well in AAA, they might get a late call-up in September. Hey, you need a little left-handed power from a kid that can hit it 400 feet in his sleep, Xavier Isaac. Boom. Bring him up. I'm excited to see these September call-ups for the Rays. I really am. These guys are, how Bodine started in single A this year, so I don't know if he's even a candidate to be called up, but he might be that good. I don't know. But it's interesting that they're calling him up, and these guys have had great seasons. Really interesting. So help is on the way for the Rays. And we're going to see it here pretty soon. So don't, and I know the schedule gets tougher, but man, this is going to be a really super fun September. Super fun September. Aviation says those WNBA gals preach inclusion until it's time to include everyone. Exactly.
Idiots.
Chris Cole says Pyburn isn't making the 53-man roster for the Bucks unless there's an injury or two. Yeah, he should go back to college. And I wish him the best. Nice young man, just trying to, find his way and capitalize on his craft. Said he didn't work hard enough in college. Well, now you got a chance to go back and play a senior year or a final year where you're, much more mature and you're working your ass off. I wish him the best, and I would expect him to leave the Bucks pretty soon and go back. But I don't know if LSU's paying him a lot of money. I mean, he had 2 sacks last year. So how much money are they going to pay him at this point? And they just paid Daquan Wright. Of course, at LSU is probably unlimited anyway. What else we got here? Danny Boyd says other details on the Rays deal. 35-year initial term. Tampa's $80 million is in advance. The Rays pay $4 million a year rent to the county. County owns the stadium. Rays lease and operate it. Yeah, a couple other things. I did say we would talk a little bit more about this. The private portion of this is going to, as I predicted, by the way, many, many months ago. The Rays are now up to 62.7% of the actual stadium. I said this at the beginning in case you missed it. The Rays have, in the last month, come off a lot of stuff that they wanted to get this deal done. The public side of this is a huge, huge freaking winner. And you can bitch and moan all you want about it, but I guarantee you, just like with the Battery, because I was there when it went down, and everybody bitched and moaned about what a horrible deal it was going to be for Cobb County, and they're making money hand over fist. They've got their investment paid back already, and we're only 12 years into a 30-year deal. They're making a ton of money. And so I know the Rays did. They didn't want to put all this money up front. They didn't want to do it, but they went and found money from other investors. They went and got money from Major League Baseball, I believe, as well, and they found a way to do this. So kudos to the Rays for really, really throwing in. Oh, but we're still giving $800 million. Yeah, you are. And you're going to get back a shit ton in return. So these guys could have gone to Orlando. Because trust me, if Orlando thought they had a chance to get the Rays, they would have voted to use that tourist money. But they knew they didn't. Unlike the Dreamers themselves and a lot of you Orlando people. But had the Rays been actually available, they would have given them probably $2 billion to get the deal done. As would Nashville, as would Raleigh-Durham, as was Charlotte. Any of these places, they could have gone and got a ton more public money. But they wanted to stay in Tampa Bay. Their ownership group was tied to Tampa Bay. And I'm telling you, there were probably many times during this process where they were just like, okay, this is ridiculous. We could get so much money, so much other places. Why are we banging our head against the wall? This is my opinion. My opinion. This is not anything that they said to me. None of that. This is just knowing what I know about how the negotiations and what is being asked. I know with common sense. They never said that, but if I were them, I would have been thinking it. It's business. But they committed to Tampa Bay. They committed to the people that they've been negotiating with. And maybe, look at the city in the end. $80 million is what they're putting in. What a joke. What a joke. And, it's not the votes aren't done yet, but man, we'll just get it past the finish line, and then perhaps next week's shows will be very interesting.
JP, you want to see some cool scenes from DC this weekend?
Yes, I do.
So of course I won't bore everybody with the actual race itself. But for those that don't know, it is a one-off. This is not on the normal schedule. IndyCar race around the streets of DC, around the Capitol, the Washington Monument, the National Archives, the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. It was a 1.7-mile track. It was a 250-mile road course race, which is twice as long as you normally get out of a road course. But of course, they had to have the 250 in there, right? So, so the race itself was really, really good. It was a great track. Great race. Alex Blow, the championship leader, had a horrible weekend. Lost a ton of points he'll still win his 5th straight IndyCar title, by the way, at the end of the year. But Kyle Kirkwood was your winner. But of course, before the race was your excitement, right? And I'll tell you this. So this was a flyover we had before the race. The new Air Force One.
Big ass plane. Makes those fighter jets look like mosquitoes. Holy shit, that's a big plane. Wow.
So that was so there's your Air Force One flyover, and I'm thinking as I'm watching the race, I'm like, listen how loud it is too, by the way.
Yeah.
So I'm watching that, and I'm like, that was cool. I get it. It's Air Force One. It's DC. I said, but I was a little disappointed in the flyover. I'm like, I feel like they could have done more. I should have held on to my thoughts because then came this.
Oh, double shot. Oh, that's the one.
That was during the national anthem.
That's the B1 or the B2?
How freaking cool is that?
No. Dude, is that the B1 or the B2?
I believe it was a B2.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't know
we were
for sure.
doing last time the Super Bowl was here in Tampa. We were doing a rehearsal at Channel 8 for our pregame show, and I think it was, or maybe it was no, maybe it was the Bucks. Anyway, so they practiced the flyby, and I'm doing that. They throw it to me live, and I'm doing my stand up, and all of a sudden I just hear this fucking roar. I'm like, and it's just something I've never heard before in my life. Like, just never, like, what the hell is that? And I'm trying to like do my thing, you don't have a teleprompter in the field. And I'm like, holy, like, all right, excuse me, something's going on here. I thought it was like an earthquake, tornado, and a blue sky. I didn't know what the hell it was. And I look up and the freaking B1's coming over. I was like, holy, scared the living hell out of me. Because I'd never seen one before. But it is an awesome sight. It is an awesome sight.
You wonder how
but
it can fly. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like a flying wing. It's like a wing with an engine. Yeah, freaking amazing.
And of course, Donald Trump, of course, was a big part of this race. He had a big part of marketing it, as the president and the country's 250th anniversary. So he's got to make an entrance, right?
Of course.
So this is how Donald Trump made his entrance to the race to watch, and he was there the entire race. Did a ton of interviews. Melania Trump did a ton of interviews with Fox reporters. It was really cool. But here's how Donald Trump showed up at the race. On the track, of course.
With the beast.
With the beast.
Yeah.
He actually waved the green flag to start the race.
You could empty a whole belt of 50 cal into that car and it would just bounce off like rubber.
Never see it, yeah.
You'd never see it. Yeah. Damn. Look at that thing.
So what's funny is Donald Trump waved the green flag to start the race, but normally they do it from the starter stand that's a little bit above the track, right? They wouldn't let him up there. I don't know if it was a safety issue or what. He did it from inside a room somewhere. He's just on camera waving the green flag as the race starts. They didn't say that, but you could tell where he was. Like, he was indoors somewhere waving the flag.
Let's put him up in this deer stand target box by himself in case somebody wants to take a shot. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. No way. Hey, so I heard Kirkland talking about like the heat, and you mentioned a road course longer than normal. Yeah. He said most of the guys were falling out halfway through there because it was about 120 in the seats. And when you're doing a road course, you're constantly fighting it. It's not like, when you're usually it's just a little bit of this, right? But when you're on doing a road course, I mean, you've got the gears going, and you're really. He said his upper body was so fried he could barely lift the trophy and couldn't even lift the trophy over his head. The trophy's like 50 pounds, but he was so fried, and guys were. I mean, it was 120 in the car for how many hours? 4 hours?
Probably 3.5. Yeah.
3.5 hours.
Yeah, it was half the distance, but same time frame because of the slower speeds as the Indy 500.
Yeah.
So, but it was hot, and so there was cloud cover, so it rained a lot before Sunday, so it wasn't quite as hot during the weekend. But on Sunday, the sun came out. It got really hot and humid. And then you'd have some cloud cover during the race, which would bring the track temperature down, which would bring the internal temperature of the cars down. But then the sun would come back out. And the track being just a street circuit, of course, is bumpy. It's not flat like a road course or an oval, obviously. So not only are you fighting the car, you're fighting the track. And if you watched the race, there were certain parts of that track where the cars were leaving the ground because there would be a bump. So, you're doing 170 down these straightaways. They had some long straightaways. 170, 180 coming into a turn where there's a bump in the road. Even though you've got 1,500, 1,600 pounds of downforce at that point of the car, you'd see it hop up off the track. Jesus, I mean, it was really cool. So they're fighting that too.
And you're going into those turns and pulling G's every single time. I mean, that just got to be so hard on your body.
Those guys lose 5 to 10 pounds of water weight in those races.
God, he said, was doing the interview this morning. He's like, my entire body is so sore.
Yeah.
And he didn't even get in a wreck. I mean,
and we had, of course, we had to have a political controversy, of course, because of where we were. So Will Power, who's with Team Andretti this year after a couple of decades of being with Penske, he's from New Zealand. All right. I love Will Power. Great racer. He's at the twilight of his career. great dude, right? He's from New Zealand. He's been here for a long time, yes. Right. After the race, he was commenting, and he said, I can't, of course, in his New Zealand accent that I won't attempt, but he goes, it was just really cool. I'm a simple kid from New Zealand. I lived in the country in New Zealand, and the place he's from had about 500 people in it growing up. He goes, and now here I am. I got to meet and shake the hand of a sitting president of the United States. He goes, where, like, my mind is blown. I have no idea what to think about this. And everybody, of course, on a certain side came to him like, oh, God, why are you proud of that? Blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, y'all don't get it. Like, he's the president. It's the president. And I'm like, totally missing the point, JP.
Right. Exactly. I don't want to get into that right now, but it's
just sad. Just let the guy have his moment.
Yeah. And have some respect for the office.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Yep.
You can have political differences, but it is what it is. All right. All right. Thank you guys for jumping in. We had a lot of information to the show today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, if you missed anything, you can always go listen back as a podcast on Apple or Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Check out the new website, fanstreamsportstv.com, fanstreamsportstv.com, and like and subscribe. We had a new Fanstream Sports TV, JP Peterson Show TikTok as well. So please go follow us on TikTok, where I know you've been, Timmy, hanging out on TikTok.
Yeah, we're all over.
Now we have one as well. I think we've been up for a weekend and we got like 100 followers or something. We're kicking butt, man. So anyway, you can find all our content there as well if you're on TikTok. Have a great Monday, everybody. We will be back with more fun and frivolity tomorrow. See you then. We're done.
Almost 20 more.
Wow.
Give me some more videos to post.